This is the Artisan Cutlery Revel. It's a knife that's been out for a little while as I record this, but this is a brand new color, this mint green. Artisan reached out to me and asked if I wanted to check this out, and I jumped on the opportunity because I absolutely love this blade. What a beautiful clip point blade. It evokes a lot. It reminds me of an old Western Bowie, but it also reminds me of a slip joint clip point. It just, I don't know, something about this long swedge, deep belly, low point, clip point blade really got me. So I said yes, and I said, even though it's got a mint blade handle, I'd love to see it. Well, it showed up, and I love the mint green handle as well. This whole knife is just awesome, and I'm not surprised, and I shouldn't be surprised because I love Artisan and CJRB. I also love Ray Laconico's designs. I have only one other in my collection, but I admire them from afar. Let's put it that way. Beautiful, clean, refined designs from Ray Laconico. I just love his work. So I was really excited to get this knife, and I thank you, Artisan Cutlery, for sending this to me. That's a 3.5-inch AR RPM 9 blade. It's flat ground, got that nice big swedge. The blade stock is super thin, so with the height of that bevel and the thin blade stock, it is really sharp, really slicey, and a pleasure to use and great to carry. The whole knife itself is pretty light, even though there is no weight relief on the steel liners there. But that's okay, because with the FRN handle, it needs a little weight. Otherwise, it's going to start to feel like a bug out or something like that. The blade has that lozenge-shaped opening hole, which works great for middle finger flicking, or in my case, I like to even just use my forefinger. It comes out pretty easily. Give it a little wrist action, and it's great. Middle finger flick, whatever you want. You can slow roll it with the thumb. If you're in the office kitchen and you're cutting your bagel and you don't want to freak the sheep out. Now, I don't have sheep in my office. They're all awesome people, and they also know I love knives, and I've given most of them knives, and there may be a few I still need to give knives to, but I don't have to worry about that. I can flick it open, but I understand a lot of people might work in places where slow rolling is the more tasteful choice. And then they'll see that happy mint green handle, and they'll be like, oh, it's okay. What could that do? Look at the sharpening choil here and the plunge grind. You're going to get a lot of life out of that. If you need to sharpen this a lot, you'll be able to go up pretty high and still have a pretty thin behind the edge dimension. Yeah, proprietary AR RPM 9 steel. Let's see where, right there, you can see. And, my experience with it, it's pretty good steel. I don't carry enough of it and use enough of it often enough to really say that it's stupendous, but I mean, it's totally works for me. That's the problem sometimes with having a large collection that I rotate, every day, is that I don't tend to go hard on a knife, period. But if I do, it's not going to be for days and days in a row. So there are other people to look to gauge the performance of AR RPM 9. But it it takes an edge really easily and cuts very nicely. What can I say? We've got a button lock here, and obviously it's super fidgety because of that, and if that's your thing, you'll like this knife a lot. I've always been a fan of how CJRB and Artisan does their plunge locks right there. Instead of a conical cutout, it's a square-shouldered or 90-degree cutout, and the plunger from that button lock just seats in there perfectly. You might get a little bit of stick, a little bit. On this one, it's not bad at all. On my large pyrite, where'd it go? Here it is. On my large pyrite, it's absolutely perfect. Not a click, not a sound, not a stick. Some people might argue that lock stick is a better thing to have, actually, because it means the engagement is very positive, and if you need the lock to stay open come by hook or by crook, it will. So some people are actual proponents of lock stick. Oh, speaking of proponent, since we're talking Artisan, here's a proponent. It's pretty new. I got it for my birthday. My brother-in-law gave it to me. But that's a non sequitur. I'll put that away. But as far as button locks go, here's a pyrite that has more of an extreme amount of lock stick, like an annoying amount. Hear that? This was given to me by a neighborhood friend who bought this and didn't care for it and knew he could bring it to the DeMarco home of wayward knives and it would find a place here, and it has, in the drawer right next to the other Artisans. This wouldn't be my first choice, but I love that Bowie blade, and I gotta say the rose gold has grown on me. They do make this with wooden scales and brass bolsters and make it look a bit like a 110. Anyway, this is all to say that I like the way they pocket their button locks here, though this one is a little too sticky for my taste. I'd say this is just right on this Revel. Now, if the mint green is not your thing, I understand. I didn't think it was, but now it is. It does come in a brown handle. This is FRN, if you didn't know. Brown handle with black blade, black handle with black blade, I think black handle, silver blade, a stonewash blade. So it comes in a number of different color combos. But I'm gotta say, I'm digging this mint green. All right, I want to show you two other knives to compare it with. This is the Artisan. This is an Artisan clip point. Not sure of the name. I can't remember now. But it's designed by D-Rocket Designs. Really cool, kind of Old West looking knife here. I love this blade shape. It's so beautiful. And then with that fuller in there. So I just wanted to show it with another rather large Artisan clip point. And then here it is with another Ray Laconico clip point. So this is a rather unusual design for Ray Laconico, and I absolutely love it. This is a concept. You've got that upswept tip with the high tip, and and a much bigger blade at 4.1 inches. So I would say decidedly less practical than this knife, but pretty darn cool, and a Ray Laconico. This I gotta say is, I don't know, I just love the way this knife looks. Feels great in the hand, cuts well, but you know me, I'm big on looks, and I just think it's beautiful. The proportions are perfect. I'd love to see this also in a brass bolstered wood kind of 110 setup. I'd love to see this as a larger sort of fixed blade. I think it'd be sweet, but I don't need that. I've got this. So big fan of this knife. It's the Artisan Cutlery Revel, designed by Ray Laconico, and now in mint green. Why not go check it out? Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I can't just dip out of here without saying, this is a ridiculous $45 MSRP. So I would imagine you can find it for even less, but I don't know. But $45 for this. I cannot believe how inexpensive this is. For me, it was free because they sent it to me. Thanks again, Artisan Cutlery, but what an incredible deal on a great knife. Also, I forgot to show you, reverse grip for this knife is perfect. I love a little arc like that to hook the thumb over in case you need to jam this thing into a 55-gallon oil drum full of Uzis at the border, something like that. You'll get great purchase on this. So speaking of purchase, only 45 bucks. Definitely go check this awesome knife out. All right, thanks for watching.